Welcome back to part 2 of this journey we're going through, this trading bot strategy journey. This one might be either a quick one, or depending on how this goes, it might be a very long video, because after I uploaded the video part 1, I did a bit of research and I realized and thought to myself, I don't want to put too much risk into this. I want to create the most simplistic strategy to start off with. I don't want to have too much risk. So to reduce that risk, I'm not going to be doing long and short trades. I'm just going to be doing long trades in terms of creating this piece of code. That's kind of what I want to sort of do. I don't want to make it overly complicated for the sake of it. I'm sure you would be the same. You want to create something that's quite simplistic and easy, and you can just let it run, but at the same time not be thinking to yourself, are these trades going wrong? So with that said, I will probably scrap the Bollinger Bands strategy, and I will do a very sort of simpler, because this is me just starting off. This is, if I get comments saying, oh, you're such a noob, well, yes, I am, so were you at one time, but this is me, this is my journey, and I'm going to make it sort of as raw as possible and only really edit out the dead air then when I'm speaking. I want to make this sort of as raw as possible and make this almost a journey itself. So we're starting off chapter 1 again, part 1 again, in a sense. So, well, part 1 was useful because it obviously showed me, looking back at it, what I shouldn't be doing, and it also showed you the same, and it also showed you how to sort of navigate around ChatGPT, how to use TradingView to identify indicators and applying it to the code, grabbing the code and then putting it into ChatGPT to create a strategy for us. So the strategy being the end part of the code. So it would be, this is the actual strategy here. This is what it would be doing for us when we punch it in. So that's what we are telling it to do. That's the bot, basically. So, and this part here, all of this is the indicator, right? As well as telling it what to do here when I typed that out in the first video. But like I said, I want to change that because, yeah, I don't think it's going to be good. Because when I was looking at this, right, if we go on, so I added it to the chart. These are all the orders right here. So this is the whole history of time of Bitcoin, right? Going back to when it first started here, 2014 time here. It was before that, though, wasn't it? But anyway, that's when it started on these pretend orders. So this here is basically a strategy tester. So, well, what I've done on this, on the Python editor, I've removed the shorts. Like I said, I was going to do just doing long trades on this example. So below here there was this code here, but for shorts as well. So as you can see, it says long. There was short entries and short closes as well, but I got rid of that to reduce the risk, because when I looked at the strategy test, if we go on performance summary, the percentage of my win rates, these are all example trades, right? They're not real. This is based on, so this piece of code, this bot, is sort of doing past trades and what the actual results would have been based on past history. So I hope that makes sense. All of this is in the past. All of these trades, all you can see here, the longs, they're all in the past. So the total number of trades, and this is only an example. When I make it go live eventually, there'll be more. There'll be there'll be current trades, right? And I can just look at it and then close it when I like, or set a close itself. So yeah, as you can see, total closed trades 26. total winning trades 16, total losing trades 10. So that is not very good at all. It's a 61% win rate. You know, based on this example, the average losing trade was losing me 2,800, and the average winning trade was 4,100. I mean, that's still good, but we want something a bit more profitable in a sense where we're not losing as much. And I know we can't really we can't really predict or plan when we're going to lose, otherwise we'll all be millionaires, right? But that's kind of where I want to just build this. I don't want to make it just like a standard MakerBot doing the setting it as based on what I've told it to do on ChatGPT. I want it obviously to do that, but I want to sort of create a system where I can see the long trades. I can just do long trades and make it profitable and reduce that sort of losing factor by reducing and bringing, closing in together, having sort of like do basically kind of like grid trading in a sense, but just for long trades. So create a long trade just on grids. Essentially what I would do if I just, let's do a, alright, so this is, alright, let's get rid of the indicator, remove indicators, there we go. So right now this is what we're looking at here. It's the same as we were before. So it's this is the daily chart. So if we change this to see what the hourly chart looks like. Alright, let's leave it like that. Now what I want to highlight is, where's pen? Alright, that's a good example. Alright, let's trash that. Okay, so what I want to do, I think this is probably the most effective way to do this, is to set a grid. So as an example, because this is sort of like the support, so to speak, I would want to create a, let's just say here, right? Create a support level here, not a support level, sorry. Create a buying grid here. So if I were to do that, and I'll do, that's my line to buy. And alright, let's scroll out a bit. And alright, so that's, say, look, 23,000 Bitcoin at 22,600. If I wanted to set that, I would want to set the bot to do a to sell once it reaches a certain grid level, like here. So that would be that would be my open trade. So let's say I would close it once it hits from 23, this is a pure example, right? 23,613. I buy there, and then I would sell at 24,907. What you can do, and what I'm going to try and build is essentially that, but then when you sell it, you would then what the bot can do is you are basically compounding that buy. So say for example I've put in 1,000, not 1,000, let's say I put in 100, right? Put in $100 worth of Bitcoin, and I make 5% on that, and say that's 5%, so that's 105 total, right? So I've gained $5 worth of profit. I would then buy again at $105 worth of Bitcoin at a new grid entry point here. What I would do as well is I could create multiple grid entry points and create a couple of grid buy points, is what I'm trying to say, where I can keep buying at a certain level, at a certain amount I want to put in per grid. So I could, if I just would to do one grid, it would just be one buy until it sells within that grid. Hopefully it wouldn't go under too much because I would be at a loss. So that would be one grid. So if I was to say put 20 grids, 20 grid buys within this grid on the actual on the trade when I set it up, then there's an opportunity to buy 20 times in this grid until it sells at a point where I want it to sell up here, as an example. I mean, well, this is the example to sell, isn't it? So it will be, that's the sort of thing I want to sort of create or get into, but with that compounding effect where we're earning, say, that 5%, which would, you know, if we're in projects like PGV, right, or other ones where they say, oh, our bots make 8 to 15% per day. That's obviously doable, and if you can make, this trade here. If I was to do a trade starting here, right, that's the 17th of February, and this could last a long time until it reaches this certain level right here, right, and then you would sell. That would be that's where you would sell, and that's how you'd make a decent amount of profit. You collect the profit, it goes in obviously onto your balance, and then what the bot can do is you can set the function to, where is it, on strategy here. What I intend to do is, I'm not going to do it now, but you can apply a compound feature on here. So you could do comma something. I'll figure it out. I've seen a video where they add a compounding function to it, so that's what I'll be doing. So that is kind of what I want to go for. What you can do as well, what I'm going to do is, because I'm on TradingView, and we can set this whole thing up on TradingView with creating the script, and because I'm kind of starting again, I won't be using the Bollinger Bands. I will try and find a much more simpler one. I will try and find it, maybe not on this video, because I don't want to drag this video out too much by doing research on the video. That will be painful for everyone involved. I will do more research to get a decent indicator for long positions, and then I will add that compounding feature to the end of this strategy to enable constant compounding profits. So that's what I'm going to do. What I'll also tell you to do as well, if you are going to do this, not financial advice as we say, but what I will do is, you can go on trading panel here and you can connect your exchange that you use. So I use Binance. I haven't connected it yet. So you can connect your Binance account and you can trade. That's what I'm planning to do. Hopefully it works out. To trade on here, on TradingView, so you don't have to, drag the code and apply it to Binance or Bybit. So you can literally directly connect on Binance, your Binance account, to TradingView, and you can trade on TradingView. So let's connect this now just to show you. So I'm linking now my Binance account to TradingView. This is the first time I'm doing this, just to show you guys on video how to do it. Pretty straightforward. It's just like connecting something to something else. Because basically Binance is literally just the broker, right? So we're using our funds on Binance to trade on TradingView. Because TradingView, it's gorgeous. It's a really nice platform. Alright, it's still connecting. It must be error. The account does not exist. Please open it. Oh, I need to open a futures account on Binance. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that afterwards. Cool. Alright, so that's what I plan to do, guys. Of course, you can take this strategy as well, and you can apply it for whatever you want to do. But for simplicity reasons, I think I'm going to go down this route instead to begin with. And then later on I'll go through a more advanced way of doing it, or have them side by side, working alongside each other, these bots. But for the time being, I will go down this route. I will be back for part 3. So part 3 will essentially be part 1 again, but with a new long feature. From there we will create this Pine editor. I will have had that futures account connected to my Binance. I will set that up on Binance. From there we will see how it goes. I mean, I don't know if I'll do a trade live on a video, but I might do one and then show you the results after. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But bit of a change of course here in terms of my plan, but plans change, they get better, they get more thoughtful, it's more strategic, and I think this is the best way to approach it. I don't want to make it too complicated for myself to begin with. And if you guys are starting out as well, thinking about doing this, then we don't want to overcomplicate it for the sake of it. And it's one of those things where you don't want to rush into it for the sake of pumping out videos. You want to make sure you're doing it right, rather than giving misinformation. So that is that. I'll be back for part 3 maybe later, because I want to sort of figure this out pretty quickly. So what I'll do is find out the strategy. Well, first I'll connect the Binance account first, the futures account, like it just asked me to. I will then find a good indicator for longing, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, I know this was a bit of a detour and a bit of a going around the roundabout. I think it was worth it to mention that, because I didn't want to go into this sort of video and then tell you guys, oh, I've completely scrapped this is what I'm doing now. I'd rather just explain it properly and why. So stay tuned for part 3. I will be back soon.